Us. In fact, 2024 will see a lot of these new measures that the Indian government is hoping to roll out come into effect. Now, shifting focus to India's trade ties with the world, the government has been taking steps to sign free trade agreements with its trading partners. Now, India has managed to seal deals with Australia and the United Arab Emirates, while talks with the UK, the European Union and Canada have not reached any conclusion yet. Abhimanyu Sharma gets us a roundup of the trade talks in 2023.
India started 2023 buoyed by two mega trade deals with Australia and the UAE that were signed in 2022. It seemed that India had shrugged off its reluctance to trade agreements and was ready to sign new age FTAs. But as 2023 draws to a close, critical negotiations with UK, EU and Canada are yet to be concluded. The FTA talks with UK have been delayed by almost 12 months since the original deadline. Negotiations have spilled over to next year, with the 14th round slotted for January 2024. Both India and UK continue to grapple with complex issues around goods, services and investments. The negotiators are yet to come to an agreement on tariffs on wines and Scotch whisky.
The defining terms we put for the deal is it should be fair, equitable, and it should work both ways. We offered from the current 150%, it can be brought down to 100% now, and over time to 50%, which is the kind of difference in the cost of production between the two countries. And we also said that there should be a mechanism, a minimum import price, which means that the practice of under-invoicing could be stopped. For the equal opportunities, both sides, we have asked for the removal of the maturation condition, which as per the UK laws, for a product to be called whiskey, it has to be matured for 3 years.
Differences remain over tariffs on alcohol, rules of origin and duty concessions for EVs. While India's External Affairs Minister is hopeful of a mutually beneficial landing point, both nations are clear that any deal has to be in national interest.
Agri products, wines, all the agri-processed items, those are sensitive for us, and they are again areas of ambition for both EU and UK. And we'll have to find a way forward that balances our sensitivity with their interests.
India-EU trade talks restarted in 2022 after 9 years of talks, collapsed in 2013 due to differences on customs duties on automobiles, alcohol products and movement of professionals. While there is a strong political intent this time to have an FTA, the European Union has concerns over investment protection and India is concerned about EU's carbon border adjustment mechanism or carbon tax.
Carbon taxes they are proposing to implement, that will be a big issue. We can't have a situation where we sign a trade agreement and then all that gets undone by a 20-25% border tax. The best FTA is between countries which share complementarities, where one country's sensitivities are not areas of ambition for the other country. If you can sign a FTA with Africa, that can be a huge area for mutual benefit and growth.
India-Canada trade talks, which resumed after almost a decade, have been halted after the Canadian government accused India of involvement in the murder of Khalistani separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Trade talks are never easy, and finally, India's leadership will have to take a political call to cross any hurdles with EU and the UK, and any trade deal with Canada looks highly unlikely in the near future. As these complicated talks continue, India is also looking at Latin America to deepen trade ties. But with the BJP getting into election mode next year, it is possible that any trade deal may be postponed till after the general election. In New Delhi, Abhimanyu Sharma.
Well, that's the trade landscape. The FTA is done and the FTA is pending. Hopefully 2024 will see momentum, at least on the FTA that we intend to ink with the UK. With that, it is time for us to wrap up this special broadcast of Rewind 2023, where we bring you the big milestones achieved in the year that was